there, guys! Portal Master 9351 here, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you my personal thoughts on the Light and the Dark expansion packs. So, as you can see, we're obviously going to start out with the Dark expansion pack. So I think first off, I'm going to start about talking about Nightmare. We're going to start off with Nightmare. So Nightmare, her 3 attacks are this. She can take her Flamberg, as it's called in game. I don't even know. She can swing it, and it's massive. It's probably bigger than Crypt King's sword. Actually, I think it's the same size outside the game, but in the game, I'm pretty sure it's bigger. So she can swing that around. That's also her jump attack. She can jump, use her primary, and slam her Flamberg down on the ground and do a massive smash attack. She can also rear back, and she kind of kicks for a minute like a horse would do, and then she charges forward and deals some pretty heavy, not really area of effect damage, but it definitely knocks. It attacks in a wide area, and it knocks a bunch of things back. So it's really great to charge right in, literally, and then start using the Flamberg. She can also use a horn attack, and not like a horde attack, but like a horn attack. And so she'll use her little horn, and she'll attack the enemies in front of her and create clones, shadow clones. And they will kind of fight. They'll fight for you. So basically, they copy enemies. Not my favorite, but she's pretty cool. She's pretty powerful. She's just kind of hard to work with for my personal playing style. But I can definitely see her being a very, very powerful character if used correctly. Which I, unfortunately, can't exactly use her entirely correctly because she's just not my playing style. And that's the brilliant thing about Skylanders. If you don't have one that suits your playing style, you can just go get one. Midnight Museum. One of the 2 pieces of, characters or Skylanders toys, whatever, that are Light Core in this game. Only 2. This one and Sunscraper Spider. Kind of strange. Glows right here, right in the spot right here. You can see the LED, as a matter of fact, when it is lit up. Didn't enjoy the level that much. You only catch Nightshade. And same thing with the other one, you only catch Luminous. Because you catch the other 3, so you catch Taekwon Crow in the battle with, I know you can't see anything, but this just helps me keep up. Catch Taekwon Crow and the battle on the Zeppelin, in that aerial battle level, I can't think of which one that is. Fisticuffs, I don't know which level you catch him in. And then Ice Scream, you capture her in the same level as I-5, being Monster Marsh. So, you've already caught the other 3, so you only catch Nightshade in this level. And that's the final battle. There are several forks in the road in this level, and it's not always obvious which one is going to take you directly to where you're wanting to go, and indirectly where you're wanting to go. And I usually go the indirect path, because there's always some kind of nice collectible. Nope. I don't know. You can't tell. You just can't tell which one it is. And I took the direct one every time, so it was very annoying in that way. The level's also very dark and not very well lit at all. So poor little Nightmare just blends in the whole time. The legendary treasure is blackened. I'm sorry about that, guys. My iPad has picked the wrong day to stop functioning properly and telling me that after I delete videos, there's not enough room. So this is gonna work, or else I'm calling Apple to tell them that my product has got a mind of its own, and that's an issue, because problems. So as I was saying, it's so poorly lit, the level, and I couldn't tell where the road was forking, which way was the direct way, which way was the indirect way, and Nightmare just blends right in. And it was not very enjoyable. And the final boss fight where you do capture and defeat Nightshade, you can't tell. There's these little shadow beam places. You can't tell what's the shadow beam because the place is so dang dark. And you're zoomed way out. You can't tell. It's just impossible. It's basically impossible to tell where these things are. So what I eventually did was I just switched to Luminous and had him drop his crystal shards, and I'll talk about Luminous's attacks in a second. So finally, we have Nightshade, who is in this trap right now. Yeah, he really is. Nightshade, his primary attack, pulls out his hand and grabs the enemy and pulls him in. Not really, but he takes money from him and he deals some damage while doing that. Also, he can, let's see, what's his second attack? He can go invisible, which is nice, and he can throw these little bombs that explode, and they look like confetti when it explodes. So, he's not a bad character, but I much prefer Luminous, which we'll talk about momentarily. So now onto the Light expansion pack. Let's pop them all in there. The Light expansion pack. Pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it a lot better. We're going to start off by talking about Nightlight. Nightlight is pretty fast. His 3 attacks include the scimitar, the quick little scimitar he has. His second attack is a scimitar slam. He turns his blade sideways, jumps into the air, and slams it down. His third attack is a little light column, and he'll throw his hand out like this, and this light column appears, and you can control it by pressing down the button. If you hold it down for a longer amount of time, it will go farther. And you can also steer it left and right, but you can't control it, but it is steerable, if that makes any sense. He can fly. If you double tap the jump button, he will fly. While in flight, his other attacks function completely normally, except his little light aura thing stops him from flying, and his scimitar smash is instant. While not flying, he has to jump up and do the scimitar slam. But while he's already up, all he has to do is come down. So there's a little bit of half-second bonus that you get by having him in flight while doing the scimitar slam. Secondly, his scimitar slam creates this little light aura area. While in there, his scimitar attacks, I believe, damage are doubled. So it's pretty effective if used correctly. So yeah. That's basically Nightlight. I prefer him much by a long shot over Nightmare. Now for Sunscraper Spire. Sunscraper Spire is beautiful. It's easy to see everything in the level. And it's pretty straightforward what you're doing. There's some hidden things, but you're more likely to find them because you actually get rewarded by screwing up. If you screw up the puzzles, you'll most likely drop somewhere. And then you'll be able to collect some loot while in that little secret area. And then you'll just come back up and you won't screw up again. And if you do, you'll just drop back down and, no biggie. It's a relatively easy level, and it does bring a few new enemies into the mix. Again, though, the only trappable villain is the Doom Raider Luminous. As Lobgoblin is called on the Nightmare Express, Blastertron on the Far Future level, and then I-5 on the Monster Marsh level. So, the only light villain left is Luminous, and you'll catch him in this level. Speaking of Luminous, he's in this trap, and we're going to talk about Luminous now. Luminous is my favorite of the 2 villains as well. I'm really leaning towards, not leaning towards, definitely like the light pack better. So, ow, I dropped that on my foot. So, his attacks include shooting his hands forward like this and going pew! And then after a couple seconds, they'll go like this, and light beams will move around like this. So, after his hands are spread out, a good tactic is this. Just spin him around. It's really good for if you're trapped within a horde of something. You can use him and get out of that situation quickly. If you don't feel like spinning him around, you can just summon a Crystal Lighthouse like Fleshwing, and it'll do it for you. You can also drop a massive crystal shard down, and that deals over 300 damage, which is actually really good for beating Nightshade. It's really, really good for beating Nightshade. So, I really do hope you enjoyed this video of my personal post-acquisitioning or whatever of the Light and Dark expansion packs. So, this has been Portal Master 9351. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And one more thing. My live stream will be January the 10th. Time yet to be announced. Once I announce that time, or actually figure it out myself, I will make it my channel trailer. So, just keep watch for that. And I'll keep you posted. And just remember, it's always Eastern Standard Time. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time, everybody. Goodbye.